What's up, guys? It's fucking boring, right? Up and trade flat. Bulls can push this out to about 75 if they can continue to squeeze out the short calls. Maybe a little above 75 briefly. Is Girk like never on screen streaming these days? How long has it been going on and why? Probably about like 6 months. I've been busy. Have a lot of shit to do. I've been busy with my mom's doctor's appointments, my allergies. My allergies fuck me up every year. You guys have all seen that. Always fucks my schedule up because I can't wake up in the mornings. There's no GammaStrike headquarters. At least not yet. But I don't know. Been busy. And I don't want to sit here all fucking day, like 7 hours a day, doing fuck all while waiting for the market to move. Some days I don't mind. Fun days. But this is like, what the fuck? You want me to sit here for this? Like, look at this, 11:30 to now. And the fucking market's done nothing. In addition to producing like 80 other things as forms of content, it's a lot. Like today if I wake up at 9:30 or well 9 really, set up the stream and stream from 9:30 to 4:30, then I'm doing that all fucking day, and then I get off the stream and I've got like 2 hours to like eat and get all the shit I need to get done for the day done, and then I've got to fucking start prepping for market on close, and then I have to stream market on close, and then fucking like the actual second market on close ends, I have to start the round table, and then the round table goes like, you know, an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then I've got to fucking do pickles picks. And somewhere in there, like I have to find time to do like the thing that actually fucking pays me money, which is work. Like I have to trade. I can't believe you're not interested in analyzing $3 range price action. I mean, we also built GammaStrike for this, right? Like there's a lot of like, you don't need me to fucking point out that we're like pinned between 55 and 70 right now. And this is boring. There's like not as many people here anymore. Not that you guys that are currently watching are boring. It's just like it's less interesting and people have less questions, and so my time is better spent adding to the audience and making that more interesting for myself than it is just sitting here all day and not doing anything. Try showing Jimmy again, like ironically, but only we know it's ironic. I would never. My pride would never allow that. I had the big jump on the market this morning. PCE data came in under expectations, which was largely bullshit, but it did. How do we see the 5570 pin without you? Just look at Gamma. 55 is the low, 70 is the high. Any thoughts on F at the moment? I have shares. I was thinking of selling CCs. Oh god. So I mean, it's fucking Ford. Just you can just sell them. Like it never does anything interesting. If you get assigned, fucking F is running due to AI and their Ford Energy spinoff. Okay. How much does it run? Oh, I'll just look at it. Oh. There's some room out to the upside. Gamma Max is moving up. Delta added. Yeah. I mean, there's room out to like 17, 18. Not much out above that. Skews are flattening out. Implied vols are kind of low, but I mean, it's Ford, so I'm not surprised. Maybe wait for HV to start falling back before selling calls, I guess. That would kind of make sense. I mean, there's not a ton of upside room. 1650 is kind of like where Gamma tops out. Maybe it could push a little bit higher. But I mean, I would say that the upside is likely to slow around here. Unless it gets another big bump in Delta, which it hasn't. It's catching up to this buy-in, but Delta's been flat over the last like 3 sessions. So I think a lot of the upside is probably realized. Careful with it because Gamma Max is still moving up. But if Gamma Max like flattens out, that might be a good indication. Can you look at positioning on ASTS? Sure. Looks bullish. Kind of the same deal as Ford. Like the delta's flattening out. So are upticks in Gamma. Gamma Max is trailing spot, but still moving higher. There's quite a bit more room on this. The peak of positioning is far less defined. No, I mean, I guess potentially you could get out to like the 150 range where you have all this like Vega positioning, but that would be more like squeezing up. Above 130 though, it is doing that a little bit. So maybe either finds resistance here, which seems likely given that it's the prior all-time high. So that's probably due for some profit taking. Maybe like profit taking back to Gamma Max and then repositioning would be what I would be looking at. Looks like there's plenty of call buying out to the upside. I'm not entirely sure those are being sold. Yeah, maybe they are. Puts have been pricing up a little bit. Calls are still expensive though. There's a bit of positive VRP. So call selling is incentivized here, not heavily, definitely not as much as it was yesterday, but a little bit. I would say I would expect to see more calls get sold, like 130 and higher over the next few days. And then it's just a question of if those squeeze out or not. So 132, no problem. Thanks, Taco. Yeah, my neutral's getting closer to spot. Still a lot of incentive to mean revert back there. Oh, I wanted to do the math on pension funds. I wonder if I have time to do that right now. I have not updated this compiler at all. Ugh. The last time I used this was December. You're just on Chop Chat, and thinks this chat is dead. I'm not on Top Chat. Or maybe I am. I don't fucking know. Oh, I think maybe I saw that. No, didn't. Oh, nice, dude. What's the topic for the roundtable tonight? Oh, we're doing fuck are we doing? I think scanners. I think we're going over the scanners tonight. Ooh la la. Yeah. I feel like not enough people use them, so I'm kind of happy to get something out there about them. Nobody ever asks about them, although they are fairly self-explanatory. What new feature? I don't even know if it's working right now. Check. We're working on it. Yeah, it's not working right now. We made a change right before Nuke left, and I think it fucked everything. And we're not at Gamma Max yet. We're close to it. I mean, as long as the trend remains unbroken, the Vegas squeeze continues. So let's see. We're like, as of yesterday, we're 4.32% month to date. Negative 30% on AGG. So 60/40s are probably like 1% overweight equity. I would say equities are probably like somewhere between 5 and 20 billion net sell. It should be like 10 to 25 bips. It's not really very significant. I guess it depends on liquidity though, which I think is thin. So maybe we get like 20 to 50 bips. Almost broke it, and then Axios tweeted. Yeah, I saw that. There's always municipal bonds. Did you take a look at BE for me? If downtime, I have some 260 CCs for 618. Don't forget taxes, by the way. I'm sure I'll have to roll at some point, but how cooked am I? 260 CCs for 618 open. Yeah, we could take a look. I don't know. You might not be in that bad a shape. Gamma's coming off the chain pretty quickly. It's a little bit of a pullback in Delta. There's dip buyers here at Gamma Neutral. But so make sure the price update is correct. So it's now 293.80. Oh yeah, down $8 today. You might not be that cooked at all. Failed. Right? Oh wait, that's wrong. That's weird. I should note the bug. So be bounced off GN. I mean, if it fails back below GN, then that's probably a fairly good signal that the downside's going to continue. Yeah, it caught support this morning at 286, so it fell a little bit below GN. Yeah, see if this bounce fizzles. Right, I mean, right now it's a lower high, and it got rejected lower than the prior high back on the 26th. So it kind of looks choppy, low volume. I would say if that rolls over and falls under Gamma Neutral by like next week, probably in a good price to see it continue to drop. Looks like there's plenty of room back to like 270 or 260. There's like almost no delta in the way on the downside. Use bounced yesterday, but that didn't lead to much. Maybe the bigger problem here is that these aren't super favorable. Like there's probably some call selling on the 10-day, but people are going to go long the 30. Yeah, there's some negative spread on the 60 too. So, yeah, you might get like a short-term pullback here as people because the historic vol starting to fall off on the 10-day. And IV is still pretty elevated. So you probably get a lot of call sellers at like 300 right now. And they got squeezed a little bit today, but that didn't really lead to anything. Looks like most of the calls there are for 618. So just a little bit out in July. Not much into the rest of the year though. Yeah, I would just watch gamma neutral, see if it falls back below it after this bounce fizzles. If the bounce picks up though, I mean, it's just gonna get worse. Watch that watch that like 30-day HVIV spread. If IV continues to tick up on the 30-day, that's probably pretty bad for it pulling back. I wonder when bulls are going to try to push the upside here. It's 2 o'clock now. Probably won't try to push 70, 75 till end of day, but they can. Definitely room for them to do it. It's a sharp rejection. Trap. Almost. Calls and puts sold. Sold calls though. Yeah, assignment's very possible. I hope assignment means you're up on them though. Are you seeing dip buyers on the chart? I hear. I mean, look at where puts reversed. I wouldn't call these dip buyers, but oh man, this is chop. Do you mean like longer term? Yes, but I don't want to lose the shares. It's part of selling calls. I mean, you could roll them, but it doesn't seem worth it with a $40 difference. You could, yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do with bury, like, especially when they're buried that deep. I feel like that's just greed clouding better judgment at that point. Like, you're just pissed you missed out on $40 of upside. You could try to roll up to the 300, but it doesn't seem worthwhile. You look at the neutral page instead of had dip buyers. Oh, it fucking pinged right off a gamma neutral. I thought you were talking about the live data. Premiums are getting slammed pretty hard here. So we're getting some put buying. Where we're getting the put buying, wow. $65, $60. Bought to close at $60. Hmm. I don't know. 60, 70 IV is pretty neck and neck. 60 should be higher. So they're selling puts and buying puts at 60. Back and forth. The reports that the MOU text is finalized are bullshit. Wait, did they actually say BS? Shocker. They said Axios is fake news. Yeah, well, it has been for like 2 months now. Or maybe it's just they're reporting what the administration is saying, which is bullshit. You got call buying at 65.70. There's a lot of put selling at the 75.50 strike. Or, well, we got a bunch of puts at 75.50. These got sold. It's like net like 1,000 over the last like 3 minutes. Puts being sold and calls being sold. Puts being sold a little bit more heavily. Call walls at 70. So that's where calls would start squeezing out. So far that's been tough to crack. Put supports at 55.50. I don't think a deal will ever really happen. At least not one that's upheld. Why would Schwab be telling me that Fixie is hard to borrow? Probably because it's hard to borrow. I mean, look at leverage on the carry. It's fucking like sky high right now. I'm surprised it took this long for it to become hard to borrow. I've expected reports on that far sooner. Yeah, leverage on the carries at 11.4x at the top end and like 7.47 on the short end. No, it's 11.4x. Bot calls are retreating at 70 and 75. Bot call support at 65 still, but if we slip those and they close, we can fall back to sold put support, which is like 55.50. Not a lot of range, in fairness. Maybe we could pull back there. I don't know if there's any gaps. It doesn't look like there's any downside gaps. Yeah, still has a fat downside gap on the 1 hour at like 64.87. Or 505 down to 487. 15 minute gap. Have you heard about the president's new book, The Art of the Concept of a Framework for Ongoing Negotiations to Reach a Memo of Understanding? The art of the deal is literally just lying about the deal and then hoping you can apply enough pressure extraneously. Isn't that just like how blackmail works? Yeah. Mob shakedown tactics are all he's ever known. He's not even that good at them. Those are highly effective negotiation tactics. I don't know. Willie, there's a part of me that feels like the we've gone too far. I don't think we're getting I don't think we're getting a return to mean, if you will. I think that's shifted. I think we just get more central government volatility from here on out. Ooh, is this the pullback opening up a little? Maybe. 65 calls are collapsing. It'd be cool to fall back to like 60 or 58. I don't know if we could fall all the way back to the sold put wall. I think all of the states should just become independent. Let Trump control his let Trump control the South, you know, and then just see how well he does with that budget. It's the natural shift in political systems. It's the argument against democracy in the first place from a technical, not agreeable standpoint. Democracy sucks. People are far too fucking stupid to determine the direction of their governments as a whole. Representative democracy just sucks even more. That's just creating a smaller group of people to bribe. At least with direct democracy, you have to bribe everyone. Which, from a corporate standpoint, just means doing good things. Direct democracy and no share buybacks fixes the country. How did the forefathers pull it off? Because they built a government based around the idea that everybody was going to be like a subsistence farmer. Benevolent dictatorship is the most effective form of government. Yes, I'll do it, but you guys have to figure out how I get there. Deal. Oh, look. I'm getting my tiny pullback. This is fantastic. Now, if we could just bleed through 60 without snapping back to the IM, things would be perfect. Thanks, Anonymoth. I don't know what you're talking about. It was a call for my own inaction. I think the idea that we have a two-party system is a fallacy. You gonna quote Washington's farewell address? Oh my god, don't get me started, because I will. That's a benevolent dictatorship in their interest, though, not the people. Those type of dictatorships, in all fairness, tend to end up with a lot of, well, not a lot, but a bunch of rich people dead and a power vacuum. You should have to pass a test on basic government function and economics to be able to vote. Ooh, like a meritocracy? Now we're talking. Hold on. I've always found it funny that all these very wealthy people seem to have a blind spot for the historical guillotine. They don't. They're very, very afraid of it. That's why they have bunkers. GS has transformed my trading. May it always exist. In its current form, it always will, I think. We would probably only have to increase subscription fees with like one half the rate of inflation over time. It's not dying, but I mean, we have a lot more stuff to do with GS. Yes to actual meritocracy. No to Starship Trooper style government book. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, don't want that. Well, I don't know. The problem with a true meritocracy is people have too much bias to determine who and who does not have merit. right? Because you get into like prejudice and racial divides and things like that. It's a big mess. Like you can't trust people to be non-biased in making their decisions about merit. So you have to set up a system that makes those decisions without the input of people. Which would be great because if we could determine, at the age of like, let's say full frontal lobe development, like let's go with like 25. If you could just determine if somebody's going to be a piece of shit at the age of 25 and just simply remove them from society. Perfect. Oh, 1 second. Sounds dystopian. Well, only if you miss those people. Why is it dystopian? Think of how many just absolute fucking cunts we let infiltrate society, right? And then what if we just didn't have those? I mean, it'd be probably harder to hold together a cohesive military, and maybe we'd be lacking in people making like fabricating modification products for AR-15s. But I think we could be okay. Think about any semblance of a police force. Maybe we just end up with like cool detectives, like just detectives. No cops. They go to penitentiary? Who does? What a score of 3+ on APUS history exam for citizenship? No, it's a private test. It doesn't work. You'd have to have a new test. It's like a Clone Wars situation. You need fighters. No, you don't. We already don't need fighters. You just drone swarms and area denial devices. I don't even know why we have troops anymore. It's stupid. No work camps. Much easier to just get rid of those people because pollution, right? We want to get the CO2 levels down. Who will pick the fruit and stuff? Robots. We're here because a bunch of super useless and weak white people, mostly men, were mad that they weren't getting any of that boomer job luck just because they're white. I think they were mad that they couldn't buy the $20,000 houses that their parents could, or that women didn't want to fuck them. Probably a combination of those two things. I understand that the military is part of the welfare state. Thanks, Greedy. That's what the Trade Federation thought. Do you want General Grievous better than Palpatine? Did you day? What? Darth Plagueis the Wise? God, I fucking hate Star Wars. Uh, I'm bricked up with the Star Wars talk. Gross. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, starting to slip 60. Maybe we do get to 55, not just 58. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know about that. BTUs I need. That's When human brain battery farms for AI data centers, probably like 50 million H200s, which is still dumber than one person. You don't need to be able to understand how the government works or how the economy works to be a politician. You should just remove the ability for corporations to bribe them. That's it. The rest of it's like pretty self-correcting. That's because we have, I mean, corruption's incentivized by the fact that we have a slow moving, ineffective government that was designed that way. So the fastest way to accelerate the process is to bribe people. If we had the technology to just plug people into data centers to power AI, which wouldn't even be AI anymore, it would just be regular intelligence. Not only would AI be way better, um, but we would have done it already. We're just describing Reddit, but with extra steps. But you don't have to like search, or read through 50 people talking about something they have no idea about before finding one person who does. Do I live in your computer? Yes. There's a company that's trying to use neurons to make AI better. So just back to brains, what we had to start. When oil back over 100, I don't know. Give it like a week. I'm sure we'll shoot some missiles at something. The real question is when oil back to 60. And the answer is after our economy has died. Imagine if you could imagine how much money Meta could save if they could just plug people into data centers. You know, you just like give someone like a 6-month contract. They harvest all of your brain energy or output for 6 months, and you get sedated, and at the end of it you get a paycheck. It'd be so much better. That's exactly what Meta does already, right? Yes. I'm literally just describing a job. Ooh, look, we tested 58. God, these pretzels are so good. How much did you lean out by? You mean how much weight have I lost? Like close to like 80 pounds. They are making me a little thirsty, but not excessively so. Turs. I haven't done any Retta yet. I was gonna do that afterwards. Or if I need to. Nice. The whole like gray market thing is just too much fucking work for me, honestly. I have like no interest in doing it. I don't want to like convert money to crypto to buy shit. My doctor has me on like tirzepatide with like micro dosing TRT and HCG. So basically, you just lose fat and no muscle mass. No one has done more sanctions on Russian oil than the U.S. He's starting to sound like Trump. I think he might be getting TDS. I wonder if we could get like. I wonder if we could get TDS on the DSM, but have it specifically describe the type of dementia that Trump has. That'd really piss him off. It's probably easier in Canada. Same Henley. Actually 600, but basically the same. Push up to 65 again and try to squeeze out the sold calls. What time is it? 3 o'clock? It's about time for bulls to buy overpriced calls. Hmm. Have you been speaking to my girlfriend? She just randomly messaged me saying we need to get Japanese knives. No, but she's right. You do. The gamma and delta overlays are not currently working. Otherwise, they'd be on screen. One sec. I'm back. Hmm. Side. Hmm. Yeah, it'd be crazy. ES 7600 test, end of day. It wasn't $80. I put like 250 or 500 in them. Why would you say that? I thought it'd be funny. Why not? I mean, if we can squeeze the 70 calls, then we probably squeeze the 75 calls, which should push us out to about like 78, 80, which would be roughly, yes, 7600. '70 is a bit more of a brick wall than 65, but calls do get cheaper into close. You know what else was cheap? 65 calls. There's puts sold at 65 and 70. Not a lot of them, but a few. We just got some more puts sold at 60. Calls sold at 65. Puts bought at 6, or calls bought at 60. You get me Gamma Max on Reddit? Can you buy GammaStrike? I could. If you'd told me no, I'm too poor, I might have had a different take. Gamma Max is 165 where it's trading. Our money is fake and worthless, so GammaStrike's like a mortgage payment. There's no way that your Canadian home is that cheap. I live in a cardboard box. You're so insensitive. I know. Just checking a few stocks every day wasn't enough. I mean, if it makes you like 10% more, let's not even say that much. If it gives you a 5% edge per month, depending on how much you're trading, that probably alone is worth it. Blink 3 times if you're about to sell a couple thousand 75-60 puts. That's crazy talk. I already posted my 75-65 calls in Vibe Trading, and they went up. Well, now they're up a lot. They're up way more, but I got stopped out. Love you, Papa. Vibe Trading rules. I know. By the way, the peak of that wick was the ES trend test, so be careful of profit taking here if you're long anything. I mean, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. GS works for that too. Especially like the overnight data. It sounds like you wouldn't use the intraday data at all. I'm gonna make JFresh go back and backtest buying NVIDIA on upside crosses of gamma neutral. Right? Because it seems ridiculous. And sell at Gamma Max. Yeah, that's insane. What are we closing? 78 or 62, I want to say. I figured out to keep the pickle jar going, all I need to do is post one trade a week in Vibe Trading that pays for Pigeon Whale or better. Thanks for posting one with more than 2 minutes till close today. You're welcome. It pays for like 3 months of Pigeon Whale. Okay. I said 1 month or better. If I do that every week, then that's not 4 months of Pigeon Whale a month. What if we could just denominate everything in Pigeon Whale units? I also got into those calls before you and a worse price. Well, they're up now. I closed them at like 100%, but they've gone up quite a bit. High from the low was 330% return. I didn't get in quite at the low though. I bought at 120. I tapped one a couple times. The amount you charge for complete access is about 1/5 what we charge. What, for GammaStrike? GS plus Pigeon Whale. Yeah. Well, I have to price it democratically. Otherwise, you couldn't get retail investors to buy it. Also, we don't owe anyone anything, so we don't have to pad our margins a ton. We're fine with more subs and lower margins. We do tons more fulfillment and hand holding though. Fair. I'm sure we could do insane margins too if we wanted to have anything to do with the professional space, but I don't think we want to right now, at least. You owe Dork a quesadilla or two. No, I don't. Me and Dork break even on quesadillas. What are you talking about? Don't get that fucking idea in his head. You pipe down, Jason Bowers. Pipe down. Have complete access and choose to pay for your services. I'll take it as a compliment. Where is Dork these days? Probably at his house. Dork never trades. I went through me and Dork's DMs, and the number of like stocks I've told him to buy versus the number he's actually bought is he'd be so rich. He's just got like 5 years of like DMs that are like 14,000% gains. No, because they're risky. I can't tell you guys. Share the alpha with me. I'll make those gains to make you proud. I would just like recommend him shit because he wouldn't like trade. He would only just like buy stocks. So for years I would just like tell him to buy stuff and then he wouldn't buy it. What membership gives access to live trading? Is it posted on the Discord? I mean, I do it here. I have a channel in Pigeon Whale called Vibe Trading where I like post my intraday shit. Ooh, rejected. Okay, everyone just got stopped out of their 65 calls. Yeah, that's some profit taking. Yes, broke out above trend a little bit and then got rejected back below trend, which is actually a little bearish. So you might get the low close, which would be like 62. Very hard to get over that hump in gamma at 70. I was waiting until the parking lot REIT one day. That's the dream. I can't remember if I answered Ski Bomber's question. So Pickles Picks is in Dillionaire, and that's like the index write up I do every night for the next day's trading session. And then like intraday shit is in Pigeon Whale. That's where I post the intraday trades. I made $12 though. Nice. That's 12 more dollars than you had, ding ding. Then convert the parking lots to data centers. Yeah. I trade mostly shares, and GS has paid for itself many, many times over. It's a pretty good options platform. hopefully it gets better. Keeps getting better. I have a lot more stuff I want to build. What are you gonna do with it? It's the tip for his DoorDash driver. Or the fees for the next money he loses or next option he loses money on. Would be better if it had those green and brown boxes on it. Oh, the overlay. We'll get there. I told you it's broken. Nuke broke it and then went on vacation. Engagement off. Is Billionaire still helpful for intraday trading? I mean, it can be. Like the people in there are chatting all day. Or can I just trade off your bullish bearish vibes on stream? I guess you could. You'd have to ask someone else how that performs. I love Pickles Pigs. Just wish I had money now. What happened, Seaweed? Is it because GME is down? Did I miss the end of day fun? I did call for an attempt to squeeze the sold calls at 65.70. a little while ago, and then we did, but we still have market on close. So we got the MOC imbalance in like 5 minutes. That could be maybe fun. 58 close would be wild. You use the stream to make money to get Dillionaire, then you use the Dillionaire to get Pigeon Whale. It's a progression game. Huh. Billionaire chat is basically people complaining about the market going up and Danimal making fun of them. Largely, yeah. Believe me, none of the cool people laughed. Yeah, but that's just because your wife wouldn't let you have Dillionaire, Owl. Moosey Finnish squiz those 70s. Maybe. I don't know. That was a nasty rejection on the test. But high or low. So it's still in the cards. Like I said, we probably close at 78 or 62. Right now we're a little closer to 62. But there is 13 minutes left. The occasional free Cornichon is a gateway drag. Nobody ever gifts Cornichon anymore. I guess I could. Do I have some gifts? Freaking forgot about these. There. I'll do it. There. Hit Dave! Woo! Thanks, Dave. Welcome to Cornichon, guys. Cornichon. Give Dave a shout out for hooking you up. Cornichon. Holy shit, Tom. There aren't that many fucking people here. He's gifting the entire chat. Yeah, actually. Thanks, Tom. Well, now you guys all have Dillionaire coupons for a month. Oh, there were a lot of lurkers. Holy shit. Woo, coupon flood. Time to flex on the pores. Nice. How to get the gift? You have to turn your gifting on. So you like scroll up to where it says he gifted everyone and then turn it on. Ooh, we slipped. Oh, there's 62. We tapped it. Is it bull time? How does anyone know if one received a gift or not? I don't. You can look in the chat and see if you got one. It would have. I think it would have tagged you. Feel flexed on. What's up with Cat? That's overpriced. First time watcher, second time commenter, member for 56 months, Tim Timmery. What's that charting software you got on screen there? Is that Robinhood Gold? It looks cool. It's GammaStrike, Tim Timmery. I mean, if we gave away that, there were more gifts given out than there were non-members in chat. So if you just go back to the thing and like Pigeonwheel Prime's post, and you click it and turn on gifting, you'll probably receive one also. Hmm. Didn't cancel again, it seems. Get your goddamn likes in, you deadbeat new Cornishons. I'll cancel next month. Me and Dave are gonna be the only people left in like 20 years. Me, Dave, and Tom Tom. I'm proud to be the only Twitch viewer. You lames are slacking. I hope you're here in 20 years. We'll see. I'll be around too, probably. Okay, cool. That's what I'm doing. I'm just weeding everyone out till I have like 6 people. And then hopefully they're profitable. And then I'll have come full circle from like a 12-person trading group through thousands and thousands of people straight to another 12-person trading group. Don't maybe take my son's lunch money to pay for it and tell him it's a payment for learning. No, that's what you tell the IRS, not your son. You're still on the wrong account, man. Grimtool will be here, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't even have a brokerage account. Still just an uncertain gherkin. I had no idea anymore what you guys are doing here as I pop in and out, but I enjoy the degenerate company. We're trading options contracts on SPX, usually. That's like most of what we do. Oh, look, we're right at the price I said we'd close at. I hope we stay here. How are there still gray names after that deluge? I think Long Johnson and Cornichon stay gray. I hope we go to 50. That'd be more fun. No, best I could do is 58. I'm not here for the options trading. I'm here for the food, coffee maker, meat freezer, etc. talk. You mean most of what we discuss? Fuck, this is boring. So the MOC imbalance was negative 1.5 billion, and that's all we got? Was that shitty little downtick? Gross. Ooh, Revolutionary Guard Corps attacked 4 ships in the Strait of Hormuz region, including American vessels. That's bullish, right, guys? For oil. The seal up? Oh, nice. Cool. Thanks, HA. Oh, God, I'm only cents from being long oil again. Hey, just so you guys know, the upside in gold looking good. But flatter tomorrow, maybe. Why is that such a good predictor of gold prices? Seems unreasonable. I need to figure out the correlation between gold prices and the yen. How are there only 11 likes on the stream? Because people aren't liking. Like the stream, people. Yeah, you can get a free membership. Well, you can't get a free membership if you already have a free membership. But if you don't have any membership, then you can get a free membership. Oh, look, back to 62. Shocker. I'm sorry, Dave. Don't be that person. Likes are free. I'm number 16 on the like button. It's the only way I can help right now. Ding ding. All right. I will see you guys for market on close a little bit later. And with that, I bid you all adieu.